The ball has been
Yes.
dictating where I'm going to be swinging.
Yes.
And that's dumb.
In tennis, it's critical to be in the right place at the right time. And in today's lesson, we'll be teaching you how to be in control of your footwork, positioning, and balance when you play. And if you ever struggle with awareness or judging where the ball is, then this is especially a biggie. Hey ET fam, I'm Kirby Bridges and I'm a pro here at EssentialTennis.com. Today we're working with our recent VIP student Dennis, who came to work with us from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. This lesson is a game changer, so I want to get to the coaching as soon as possible. But first I want to make sure you get the full benefit of our coaching. So at the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can get your footwork action plan so you can start improving in your very next practice. For now, let's get to work on Dennis's positioning.
So I generally prefer looking from a side angle, but I was like, man, what's causing this balance mismatch? And so I actually shot a bunch from behind because this shows spacing, this angle. Let's take a look at a couple of these. So again here, like good center, good poise, good posture. Right here, definitely not as comfortable of a position, but not bad. You got a little bit of lean in your spine, and the ball's now dropped lower than what we'd like to hit it at, which is interesting because you're behind the baseline still. So it would have been nice to identify this and actually improve your position a little bit.
Not a bad hit, though.
No, not a bad hit. There's a little bit of that kind of exaggerated extension outward towards the ball. And do you see your posture here?
Yeah.
There's just a lot of like a lot of leaning and like right here, I just get the sense like if I just kind of just gave you a little push on your left shoulder, you would just yeah, exactly. You would have just fallen over at that point. All right, let's look at a couple more from this back angle.
So I'm looking at my feet too. So I had time to swing around a little bit into a better position.
Yes.
And I don't do that.
Okay, good. That's a really astute observation.
I mean, so I'm hitting open almost, I don't know, 3/4 of the time.
That's not bad. Open stance isn't bad. As long as you're using your body effectively, there's no rule that says thou shalt step into the ball. If you watch pros on TV, yes, on shorter balls, absolutely, they transfer forwards, they step into it. But on an average rally ball, there's not a lot of physical, stepping forwards. And a lot of that has to do with is it possible? If they're being moved actively out wide, it's not always practical or possible to be able to do that. But your observation that, well, why didn't I improve my position is a good one. Your physical position here is kind of tight, restricted.
I had plenty of time to adjust.
Yes, and so to me, what that points to is lack of judgment. It has nothing to do with effort. Clearly, you don't mind working hard physically. If had you known, in other words, where the ball was actually going to be, I don't think there's. Clearly you wouldn't have said, I'm just going to stay here and just hit it here. Like you don't mind working hard.
Right.
So that's not the reason why.
Right.
The reason, for me, I believe the underlying reason why all of this is happening is because you're not effectively reading you're not reading the ball well enough to be able to position yourself well. I think it's also an awareness thing, like the whole posture thing. I think it's partially you've never trained good posture, I'm guessing.
Right.
You've never trained good poise in your forehand swing.
No.
And so you have a lot of really good mechanics, a lot of good technical fundamentals going on, but the foundation that they're built on is wobbly and not very stable. And I think it's a combination of training and awareness and judgment of where the ball is going to be exactly. In this position here, we would never guess that this was going to be an out of position hit ever. And you're not like scrambling, you're not running. Kirby hits you a relatively easy ball.
See, it seems like I'm making a decision right before here. I'm going to hit the ball right where I'm standing.
Yeah.
I don't care what the ball does anymore.
Yes.
I've decided. I position myself.
This is the right place.
This is the right place.
Exactly.
And then the ball doesn't quite do what I thought, and I just.
Yes. So we need to reprogram your judgment of where you believe the ball is going and where it actually goes in reality. Those are two different things right now.
Whoa.
Kirby's going to hit some easy feeds. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. I'm going to put my hands on my hips, and they're going to stay there. When Kirby feeds to me, the ball is going to bounce once, and my goal is to catch the ball in either hand without removing my hands from my hips. In other words, if I move to the ball and I stop and I have to go like this or like this or like this, then I didn't do the job with my feet to put my body in an ideal position. And that starts with the eyes. If you don't know where the ball's going to end up, you can't move yourself to the right spot to begin with. So I'll do a couple here just to demonstrate. It's easy feeds to start off, Kirby. So the whole idea is to move these instead of doing this, yeah. Just do two more. One more. Get the idea? So I'm positioning my body as a whole rather than fudging with my hands. Okay. So wherever's comfortable, right around waist height is fine. Okay, good start. Nice job. Good. Whether or not you catch it doesn't really matter. We just want the ball to hit at your hips. I had to raise your hand a bit that time.
Oh, is that cheating?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Want your hand? Keep your hands in the same spot. Okay. Good. Yep. Good read. All right, Kirby. Can you please mix up the heights of your feeds a little bit more? A little bit of a cheat there.
Oh, the hand was there.
Nice, Dennis. All right, that's the first time that the ball was a little lower than you thought it would be. Yeah. The other ones that you've misjudged a little bit, they've tended to be a little bit high. That's the first one that you actually had to reach down for. Isn't that interesting? The ball that we would generally associate as being the easiest, high, slow, sitting there, was actually the one that you misjudged the most so far. Good. Nice job. Do you know how much space is between the service line and the baseline? How many feet?
How much? What is that? 20?
18 feet.
Okay.
So
18 feet.
we just about doubled the distance between us and the net, which means now there's much more potential for variation in how Kirby's going to hit.
Yeah.
So the judgment part of it becomes more critical. The more distance there is, the easier it is to make a slight misjudgment and have it be totally off. Right. So this is going to be a little bit tougher, but we're going to do the same concept. All right, ready? Nice job. Good start. Pretty high on that one.
Oh. A drop shot. I don't know.
A little bit high. A little bit high. A little bit high again. That's 3 in a row. This next one, if anything, I'd like to see you go the other direction. Make it a little bit lower than what you thought. Okay, good. Nice job. Nice adjustment, Dennis. Good. Nice job. You're starting to adapt a little bit now to these higher ones are where you misjudge the most, and I can see the wheels turning in your head. You're starting to adjust for that. Okay. I just want to bring awareness to what just happened there.
Yeah.
Your initial move was to take a step forward.
Yes.
You identified that you actually read it wrong, and then you had to take a step back.
Yes.
So this is going to be an ongoing process for you. This is probably the first time it's ever been brought to your attention that where you think the ball is going to be is not where it ends up being frequently.
Yeah.
And so you need to pay really close attention moving forwards to when there are misreads, like what just happened. A relatively easy ball, you went one direction and then actually had to end up going in the opposite.
Yeah.
So that means your first read was incorrect.
Incorrect.
And this is off,
So
Kirby's just feeding the
just
ball.
My focus is not where it needs to be, coming off the racket?
It's possible, but more than likely, it's just a pattern of misjudgment that you've never been aware of, and so you've never addressed, and so it's just ingrained.
Okay.
More than likely, it's just a pattern. Mm-hmm. You've never worked on this before, I'm assuming.
No.
So how could you possibly expect that you're just automatically doing it right? Your goal here is really simple, Dennis. I want you to move your feet so that your racket can make contact with the ball in the same position relative to your body every time. So that's going to be right at waist height and a comfortable distance away from your body. Okay? So we should not, right, exactly. For right now, I just want you to bump it back. So no like particular technique besides just bump it back, yeah. So my goal here is to make contact with every forehand here and every backhand here. Get the idea? Yep. Just height and spacing. Don't worry about anything else. How'd you do? I want you to give me a little, for the first couple, I want you to give me a little report. How was the height of contact and how was your spacing? Was it comfortable and was it the right height?
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, good.
You too?
Yeah, you did well on that one.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yep. How'd you do?
Well, I went out to get it, I think.
How was the height?
I thought pretty good. Not as low as maybe down here.
Here's the shot you just hit.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little, that's pretty high. I see. So that was bad.
So this is all about connecting
All right.
your internal awareness with what's actually happening in reality. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
I promise you, this is a shot you just hit.
Okay.
So it's like solid 18, 24 inches higher than what you thought it was.
Awful. All right. I got it.
How'd you do?
It was good. Huh? Too high?
Is that a question? So,
Or you want it
a little bit high. We're looking for the same height that we were at before.
Okay.
So right at hip height.
At least I'm being consistent. I just need to lower all my shots.
Yeah, and just to be totally clear, I'm not at all trying to insinuate that this is a bad position to make contact.
No,
I just gave you a
for this
really
exercise.
exactly.
got
I gave you a really specific objective, and so I want to make sure that your awareness is in line with what's actually happening.
Okay.
Because that's where improvement
All right.
happens.
All right.
Make sense?
Yep.
Better, Dennis. Waist tight. It's closer. Still a little bit higher than waist tight. Really nice, good. Here's the last one, just for your awareness.
Ooh.
Nice job.
Okay.
So it's, my line's not quite straight, but let's keep it all in that
in the vicinity.
ballpark, yeah.
Acceptable?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Nice, good. That one you let drop, good job. Here, check out that last one. It's nice height.
You like that?
Hey, look at where you put the racket.
Right where I hit it.
Nice job. All right, Dennis, good job. Come on back to the baseline. Now, remember, things are going to get a little bit tougher. Just real casual, just kind of guide it back. And it doesn't matter if you make or miss it. I just want you to be aware of the height you're making contact. Where was the racket? Yep. Where was the racket? It is high. It is definitely higher than that. Yep. Yep. Now, I want to show you something. I'm going to just play this through at full speed, and I want you to watch your posture.
Okay.
This is interesting to me.
Or was it? Good.
Yeah.
Back.
A little bit.
Good.
That was really stable, didn't it?
Yeah, that looked good. Yeah, show that one.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Almost.
There's no wavering at all there, really.
That was Roger-esque.
Tough one. Look at your balance.
Nice, Dennis.
Good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, just for contrast, I want you to watch some of these in full speed.
Right.
See your spine, your
Yes.
core.
When I try and put more into it.
We'll make our way up. But do you see how you're throwing yourself off? And so there's just always some kind of wobble going on. But now everything is composed. So this is what I was talking about before, about picking the most fundamental thing and having it affect the things on top of it. Right, now that you're actually aware and position yourself correctly, your body is able to maintain its posture
Yeah.
without having to even think about it. We're going to improve it more, but this is a really good start.
Good. Okay.
Something one of my colleagues recently did that I thought was interesting. Let me have your racket for a second. Relax your arm and just kind of pretend you're using your hand to hit the ball, and just allow your arm to freely swing back and forth. So rotate your body and just let your arm freely swing. Yep, keep going. Just keep it relaxed. And so you'll notice now, just kind of keep going. Bring attention to the height of your hand as it travels through where contact would be. And it's right at waist height, isn't it? And so if you just put your racket in your hand, this is where it's most natural for us to make contact. You can hit the ball lower and you can hit the ball higher, but this is the most stable, solid biomechanical position to be in. And so this is why we've purposely picked that height to draw your awareness to, because whenever possible, that's the height that we want to hit. It's not always possible,
Right.
but
to the extent it is.
yeah,
strike.
100%.
Yeah. I've been more or less really letting the ball play me. The ball has been
Yes.
dictating where I'm going to be swinging,
Yes.
and that's dumb.
It's a harsh word.
Okay.
It's not
ideal.
high level tennis. It's
high-level
not the
tennis.
tennis that you want to play.
Right.
You want to play tennis where you're in control and you're the one dictating, I will hit the ball here,
Right.
instead of the other way around. That's when you're going to play the next level of tennis from the baseline.
Okay.
Great adjustment, Dennis. Good. Keep showing me. Keep showing me. Good, good, good. Good, good. Yep. Or was it? Yep. Showing me isn't for me, it's for you, just to be clear. There's a huge gulf between knowledge
Yes.
and awareness.
Yes.
And so showing me where you think it was is for you to experience.
Yeah.
Here's where I think it was. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Just so you know what you're doing. So it's right at waist height, and you showed me a little bit higher than that, but not, it was right in the same ballpark. Right at waist height. I think you forgot to show me on that one. Right at waist height. That's what you showed me.
I'm making the effort to adjust my position.
You're making the effort, and your percentage of success with knowing where you are is rising as well. And that's not a coincidence that those two things are both increasing. Do you have in mind where we started this morning? The posture, the balance?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to play this through.
Okay.
And I want you to watch your posture.
Okay. I'm not getting out of balance.
No, it's much, much, much more stable. Much more stable.
Dennis's footwork and positioning have come a long way, and now he has the tools and understanding to be able to feel a lot more comfortable about being in better balance when he plays. But it's also important to remember, ET fam, that this is only the beginning for Dennis. To continue his progress, we sent him home with a detailed action plan to follow so that he can keep improving. And now you can have that same opportunity by downloading our special footwork action plan. Even though our coaches won't be standing right next to you like we were with Dennis, we can give you the next best thing, a powerful, effective, step-by-step process to follow for your next practice. Get access to our footwork action plan immediately by clicking the link in the description down below, or by heading to the website www.footworkactionplan.com. Just tell me where to send it and you'll have access to our coaching in your inbox within minutes. Finally, do me a favor, and after you get your action plan, come back to this video and leave a comment to let me know how your footwork is improving. If this video was helpful to you, then I'd so appreciate it if you'd give it a like. And don't miss out on any of our upcoming lessons by subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next lesson, ET fam.